And a 1 and a 2 and a gotta go from an old friend. We used to be real
close.
Said it couldn't go on the American way. Close the shop, sold the house, bought a ticket to the
West Coast.
Now he gives up a stand-up routine. I don't need you to worry for me because I'm all right. I don't want you to tell me time to come home. I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life. Go ahead with your own life. Leave me alone.
Woo! Very nice. Very nice. Vince Russo, how are you tonight?
Very nice. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm reading some of these comments, bro. I never put the comments on before, but now I have the comments on.
Yes, indeed.
I with all due respect,
yeah,
to people that say this was a good, like, bro, I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what you're watching. And, you know, there's a couple people, oh, bro, great matches on tonight's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, great predictable matches. I mean, come on, Chris. Like, every single match on that show, you knew the finish to before it even started.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, come on, man. Like, really.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, I already enjoy karaoke much more than
yeah, me too.
Yeah. So speaking of recap and Raw, let's get right into it. We start off with the Usos cutting an in-ring promo, interrupted by Judgment Day, getting ready for Raw 30 next week. Heel tag team versus heel tag team. Who's going to cheer who? Ready for next week. How were you with this segment, Vince Russo?
Bro, that's what we should have sang. So Awesome Sauce says Ebony and Ivory Part 2. That's what we should have sang.
Together like perfect harmony.
Ebony and Ivory. Yeah, that's what we should have sang, bro. Yes.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, what'd you think about this, man? This is just kind of run of the mill.
This was a throwaway, bro. The Cowboys and the Bucks are on the other channel. This is 1,000% a throwaway.
Yeah.
Which in my days of writing, I would have never thrown away 5 minutes, let alone 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah. You think they just kind of phoned a lot of this in because of the wild card?
Not really, bro, because I think this was a typical show.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, at least they tried to bring some stipulation to the end. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll talk about that. So
yeah,
this leads to how about this segment? So you had the Usos cut their regular promo, and then you had Judgment Day come out, and then it's two heels that the fans don't care about. So it's not like you're one-upping at all. And so basically this led to a face-off with Rhea and Solo. And Solo's supposed to be like the street, champ and the big ball, the enforcer, the heavy. And then he kind of backs off a little bit and he's like, okay, well, let me go back and do a face-to-face. And somehow that leads to Ali, making a big heroic save. It does a cross body block on Solo to try to get some advantage.
Bro, I love they shot something during the day, I guess on their social media or something.
Yeah.
And it was Ali walking into the building and they getting comments from Ali. Bro, listen. Me and Ali have had our history. Bro, when you're walking into the building and you're wearing your sunglasses, bro, stop it. Just stop it. Stop it, bro.
In January in Cincinnati, by the way.
Yeah,
so
January in Cincinnati, where it's 20 degrees and cloudy.
I'm just 2 hours away from Cincinnati.
Oh, bro, these youngins just don't understand.
Yeah.
They just don't understand.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Joseph Gonzalez said, "Good little hand." Yes,
indeed.
Good little hand. Yes,
good little hand. Yes, indeed. But yeah, when he does this, the sunglass gimmick, I'm like, it wasn't really sunny here in Ohio today. So,
then I love he's in there with Samoa Joe, and what's the first thing the announcers say, bro? Yeah, that don't quit attitude, bro. If I got my butt kicked as many times as Ali over the last 6 months, I quit. Literally, at what point do you quit, bro? I would have quit, bro, after getting my butt kicked for 3 months.
Yes, indeed. Next we get Solo getting attacked by Kevin Owens. It's, interesting. We talked about this before about Kevin Owens, basically running roughshod through the bloodline once again. And somehow the bloodline is supposed to be so intimidating, but Kevin Owens just comes out here and, basically gets the advantage over all three of them again.
Bro, did you read my tweet?
I did not. Which one?
I'm going to share it with you now. Okay, I tweeted this during the show, and this is a shoot. Here it is. You ready, Chris?
Yep.
Seriously, is freaking Tinkerbell teaching the punching class at WWE? If you don't know how to throw a punch, don't throw one. Rabbit punches look like shiznit. Bro, what is Kevin Owens with these? He's supposed to be a bad you-know-what. Yeah. And he starts every freaking brawl with these rabbit punches, bro, that literally wouldn't break through a paper napkin.
Yeah.
I don't either know how to throw a punch or don't throw a punch.
Yeah.
Every time, bro, it's supposed to be this hot brawl with Kevin Owens, and everyone starts. I mean, come on, bro. It looks like crap.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Indeed. What's not crap is Joseph Gonzalez for the 999 Super Chat, bro. Adam Pierce told Tozawa earlier that he needs to earn a Rumble spot, but multiple people have earned themselves and instantly in recent weeks. Oh, and go Giants. Yeah, just the declaration only. So there's favoritism when it comes to the pecking order in WWE, because certain people can just say, I'm declaring myself in the Royal Rumble. But when it comes to these little, nobodies like a Kira Tozawa, you've got to win a match, and then maybe I'll consider. Why is there favoritism when it comes to declaring yourself in the Royal
Listen, who was that again with the Super Six? Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, if you try to make sense out of the way the WWE does things the way they do, forget it. And let me address Tyrell Baisley. Vince Russo is out of touch. I mean, the best thing in all of wrestling is the bloodline, but he says he don't like it. Bro, if I don't like something that you like, How does that make me out of touch, bro? I don't like it. I'm very much in touch, bro. Trust me. I don't like the bloodline. And the reason why I don't like it is because it's old, it's worn out, they've beaten it to death. This promo they cut tonight, Chris, every time they're on Raw, they cut the same exact promo. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with me being out of touch, bro. It has to do with me being bored of the same exact promo every single time they're on Raw. They say the same thing, bro. They're just going through a routine. Bro, you know what it's like? Seriously, think about this. Take any comedian, Chris, take Chris Rock, take Kevin Hart.
Chris Farley, my all-time favorite.
Take any comedian you want. You know what this is like, bro? This is like every time they go out on a stand-up tour, they use the same material from the tour before.
True.
That's what it's like. Every time a comedian goes out on a new tour, the material is new. Yeah. You guys need to change your material, bro, because literally we could send puppets out there that can go through your entire act. Yeah. Change up your freaking material and maybe I'll like it.
Yeah. I think you got a good point there, man. And especially my thing is, look, if you don't agree, that doesn't mean the other person's wrong.
Right.
I mean, in the world, what type of society have we came to?
Oh my God.
That just because they don't agree with you, just because you don't agree with them, just because you have your own opinion, you are wrong and you're an idiot, you're a jerk. You know what I mean?
Seriously, Chris, if you would disagree with something I said, am I going to turn around? Chris, you're out of touch. I can't do this show anymore. Like really, bro? Really? Do you guys understand? Let me explain something. Let me explain. Let me give you a little God. Okay, bro. We were all created differently. Every single one of us. None of us think, act, like, speak, talk the same way. We are all unique individuals. So when you look at something, I am looking at that same thing in a totally different way. So that explains why you may like it and I don't like it, but that does not make me out of touch.
Yes, indeed. Scott Smith, $5 super chat, bro. I'm watching a highlight of my Tuesday afternoon Legion of Raw with Dr. Chris and Vinny Russo's brand for life.
You know where Scott Smith is from, Chris?
Must be in the UK. If
do you know this one? I come from the land down under.
Oh, he's an Aussie.
You better take cover. Yes, he's an Aussie, my friend.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Aussie, very nice, Scott. He had to be somewhere away from. Oh, he said Tuesday afternoon. Okay, got you. Yeah, so Aussie time is further out because UK is about 5 or 6 hours from American time, so it's still in the morning time in the UK. So, awesome sauce, $5 super chat, bro. My idea for a match to blow off the never-ending Owen Zane Poutine on the pole match at WrestleMania. Very nice, very nice. Poutine on a pole. Poutine. Have you had poutine before?
What exactly is that?
Poutine is like curds and gravy and fries.
No, I've not had that. No.
No. It's if I'm not mistaken, poutine. Yeah, it's a dish. I know it's a dish. Yeah. Let's see. What's all in poutine? Yeah, gravy, fries, curds, yeah, disco fries. Yeah. So it's basically variations of curds, fries, and gravy.
Yeah. Awesome Sauce says it's from Quebec. Yeah, I've never had.
Yes, it is. It is originates in Canada. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Right. So let's go to Bobby Lashley cutting a backstage promo about hey, Austin Theory, you might think that these people are just hurdles, but they're just victims and X, Y, and Z. Then we get to a Cody Rhodes promo package again, a video package again. All these weeks are leading to Cody Rhodes at the end declaring that he is going to be a part of the Royal Rumble. So here's my question to you, Vince. This is what I was thinking about this segment. So instead of surprising us by him being a surprise entrant, they've already put him on the graphic, so we knew he was going to come back in some capacity. So by having him announce being in the Royal Rumble, is this a way to hopefully bring people to buy the show instead of have him be a surprise entrant?
I would have to think so.
Okay.
You know, it was always a fine line, Chris. You know, the saying in wrestling is never kayfabe yourself.
Yeah.
So, but by not announcing somebody, but it really, to me, bro, it depends on where business is. Like if you're rolling, bro, and you know, 5 million people are going to tune in every week and X amount, then you could surprise to death. But when, if you need to get a ratings bump, if you need to get subscriptions up on Peacock, then you got to go ahead and you got to promote it.
Yeah, but I think the Rumble sells itself though. I think the Royal Rumble, like for the Royal Rumble for so long, has sold itself on who's going to be the surprise entrant. So people are looking for that element of surprise when they get to the Royal Rumble. They're excited. That's one of the biggest attractions about the Royal Rumble is who's going to be the surprise entrant. And we already know, like, there's only probably 2 or 3 people that has a chance of winning the Royal Rumble every year. But the excitement is who's going to be the surprise entrant. Now, if Cody announces that he's going to be a part of the Royal Rumble and wins the Royal Rumble, I think that could have a bit of a backlash, man.
Yeah, I think it could too. But bro, the more I think about it, I don't think he's going to win the Royal Rumble. I'll tell you why, bro, because I think they want to get him in a program because he's going to have a lot of rust. He hasn't wrestled in a long time. I think they're going to probably put him in a program before they elevate him. So that would mean that whoever eliminates him from the Royal Rumble and how they eliminate him, he could be in a program with that guy, work with that guy, get all the ring rust out, and then start moving him up the ladder again.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense for a Cody SummerSlam win for the title than a Mania win. To me, I've said this many times. I'm still not sold on Cody, man. It's
I'm not either. I'm not either.
I'm just not sold, man. And so him winning the Rumble and winning at WrestleMania, I think it'll just be a backlash. I think if you build him up and get him that steam as a baby face, I think that will help, him. And the thing is, whoever's he's in a program with, there has to be a really menacing heel. I just don't know who it can be.
That's what I was just going to say, Chris. I swear to God, I was just going to say, bro, who's really a heel that you hate? Like, I mean, real, like a heel, bro, back in the day, you'd want to see somebody get their butt kicked.
Yeah.
Who do you really want to see? I don't know, bro. Maybe right now, maybe Austin Theory.
For the U.S. Championship, that wouldn't be terrible. Be terrible. I mean, like the heels the 2 most consistent heels right now that's been consistent for years have been The Miz and Baron Corbin. And neither of them are prominent enough to have a big Mania spot.
Yeah, Schwartz said The Miz, but bro, they've turned Miz into a joke. E-Man Perry said Dominic Mysterio. I don't think Dominic's there yet.
No.
Yeah.
Nazir with the 499 super chat, bro. Again, super chats gets your comment on the screen, baby. Nazir said, I'm tired of the bloodline. I'm tired of Kevin Owens. Can this company please build a new star for the love of God?
Bro, hold on. How do you say that?
Nasir?
Nasir, listen to me. You're out of touch, bro.
Oh, man.
You're out of touch, man. You're right. You're out of touch, bro.
You're out of touch. Next we have man, Elias, man. He cuts a backstage promo. He bumps into MVP, and we'll get to we'll pause that for now and kind of combine that with the segment with the match. Then we get the Street Profits defeating Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. So here's my issue with this tag match. Now I like the Street Profits, and there was a part of me that thought that Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander were actually going to win the match to have them build steam with this, alleged Hurt Business 2.0 thing. But they lost the match, Vince. So it's like, what exactly are you trying to do here? Like I told you before, hey, so we're going to start this faction again of rejects, but somehow they have what it takes to get their job back, but they keep doing the same things that cause them to get fired. How does that make sense, Vince?
Bro, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Bro, do you know how much work? Bro, I'm not exaggerating. With all the damage that has been done to Benjamin and Alexander, bro, you are talking of at least a year's work to make people not change the channel on them.
Yeah.
A year's work.
Yeah.
Bro, you ain't going to make anybody care in 2 weeks.
No.
Nobody is going to care. You guys have killed this team. Now we're reshuffling the deck, and now we want to get them over. Yeah, bro. Spend a year getting them over, then talk to me, because you ain't doing nothing in 2 to 3 weeks, bro.
None. And then, but here's the problem though with this, Vince, is that even if they did the Hurt Business 2.0, like Cedric and Shelton are going to be the fall guys again. Right. I mean, they're going to have the same exact spot as they did before, and they're going to end up losing, and it's going to make Bobby Lashley look down. It's not going to help his stock. It's going to take it away. So I'm not a fan of what is building up here.
Yeah.
Judgment Day cuts a backstage interview. They get interrupted by Alpha Academy. So, bro, Alpha Academy's kind of baby facing it up, man.
Bro, I swear to God, if we literally kept score from over the last year, how many times Alpha Academy got a match by just walking onto the set? Bro, I swear to you, it's got to happen every other week.
Yeah.
It has to happen every other week. Tag teams cutting a promo, shoosh.
Yeah.
Every other. How tired of the Alpha Academy, bro? How tired?
Look, and here's the thing, though, Vince. People can take notes of, look, if you're not in a segment and you're in catering, the only thing that you have to do is kind of peek over. Oh, there's a backstage promo. Hold on, let me run up real quick and let me get me a match. And then, hey, there's your television.
Bro, you know what's a thread here, bro? And this is on the freaking writers. This is on everybody involved. Chris, when things are getting stale, you have to know it. When the bloodline's getting stale, you have to know it before you kill them. When the Alpha Academy is getting stale, when the Street Profits are getting stale, you've got to recognize when these acts are getting stale, because if you don't and you prolong it, they're going to be dead.
Yeah.
You've got to know when an act is stale. Alpha Academy is beyond stale. You've got to recognize that and do something, bro.
I agree, man. 100%. George 99 super chat, bro. Vince, is there anyone on the roster right now you could see become either a huge hero or face that would be believable if done the right way? They are lost on building superstars.
God, bro. God, I mean, I literally have to sit here and think about somebody, bro. I swear to God, bro, it's like, Chris, I've always been a huge Bray Wyatt fan. Okay, I don't watch SmackDown, but when I see what's going on SmackDown, my first reaction is, why are we booking his first program with a Harlem Night dude, LA Knight, LA, whatever? Why are you booking a Bray Wyatt with a guy like this? I mean,
Who do you think he should go against?
Somebody who is established, somebody that means something, which is the problem because nobody means anything.
Yeah. I would be interested in a Bray Wyatt against Karrion Kross match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I like that. That's interesting. Yeah.
I'm not too opposed to LA Knight just because it's a kind of like a he's great on the mic, but it's kind of like a intro back. It's kind of like a intro match coming back. LA Knight they haven't really done a really good job with really establishing him as a character, but he has the promo to get the heat. And I think they're trying to use someone who can get that heat enough to make Bray Wyatt, look like a babyface. SmackDown, I keep, I say this every week. SmackDown's the much more solid show than Raw, 100%. But even if you think of just a roster on SmackDown as far as who he could go against if they're trying to make him a babyface, there's still not a lot of options there as far as like pretty solid options. You want to protect Gunther. You don't want to do that right now. As far as other heels, there's not a lot of options that are there. You know what I mean? So that's unfortunate.
I want to give George an answer. I really do, because he $10, bro. $10 he paid. Raju, you see that? Raju, $10? Yeah. I want to give George that. I'm going to tell you somebody that they almost killed him the first time around. Now he's being totally miscast. Bro, a guy I look at that looks like something that I would have made special and I would have done something with. Damian Priest looks like he could hurt you.
He would go to SmackDown?
No. He's just saying who's a.
Oh, okay. So
I'm answering his question.
Okay,
yeah.
His question.
Now, I look at Damian Priest and I see a potential star. He's got the size. He's a good-looking guy. He actually is cool. He doesn't have to wear sunglasses inside. You can do something with this guy. But, when he was, shooting arrows, that didn't work. Now they've got him, buried in Judgment Day. I think that guy could be a standout if he were booked the proper way. He looks believable to me.
Would you push him as a babyface or a top babyface or a top heel?
Bro, I would push him. Maybe something happens with Judgment Day. I would almost book him, bro, as like a lone wolf. Almost Austin-ish, where like he doesn't trust anybody anymore. So many people have screwed him over. You don't know if he's friend or foe. That's how I would book him. Because like I said, bro, number one, you need believability.
Sure.
This guy's got the size and the athleticism where, yes, bro, I feel he could put a beating on you.
Sure. So even with the lone wolf gimmick, like Austin did kind of, it still led to a natural babyface turn because fans liked them.
Right.
So do you think so if he did the lone wolf gimmick and he naturally becomes a babyface and he becomes a top babyface, which top heel would you feud him with right now?
On the Raw roster?
Yep.
God, bro. But now you got to turn around and now you got to build somebody as a heel because there's nobody. I mean, really, bro, there's nobody.
So if he leaves Judgment Day, then that would leave like a Finn or a Dominic.
What do you mean?
As far as the heels that he could go against, like say for instance, if he were to leave Judgment Day, would Finn or Dominic be?
See, and that's the thing.
Have enough luster to go against Priest?
It would mean nothing. That's the problem, bro. That's the problem when nobody's over. That's the problem, man.
What if Cody went heel and feuded against Priest? I think a Cody heel turn is inevitable.
Yeah,
between this year and next year.
Just put his wife out there with him.
There you go.
That's all you got to do, bro. Bro, I swear to God, they're doing these baby face workouts, bro.
Yeah.
Do not put his wife in those. Like I am telling you, do not put.
They did already, man.
I know they did, bro. I swear to God, I don't know this woman from a hole in the wall. She just comes across as the most unlikable human being on the planet. Do not put her in these baby face vignettes.
I think that's probably a AEW thing. I've interviewed her for Fox Sports before.
Yeah.
Super nice lady, man.
That don't come across on TV.
It doesn't, man. And that's definitely not she comes off on TV as really arrogant. You know what I mean? And I don't like that because like in real life, interviewing her and talking to her, super nice lady, man. So.
Listen, bro, I know I've been a little stiff on Ali. Can I sing a song? Can I dedicate a song to Ali?
Please, let's do it. We got a couple super chats ready to rock. We'll do those.
Can I just dedicate a few? Because I've been tough on them.
Yes. Right, let's do it.
There we go. Ready?
Yep.
I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch you even breathe your storylines.
Woo!
I wear my sunglasses, everybody at night so I can keep track of the visions in my eyes. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. I'll be here tomorrow. Very nice. Very nice.
All right, moving on, bro. Here's the question of the week. First of all, forget the fact that they totally ripped off our Karen storyline.
Oh man, now hold on. Where we at? I was waiting for that moment.
We're there.
Okay. Yeah, we're there.
Okay. All right, how many times now are you guys going to say Karen? Because somebody with a brain watch this show.
Yes, totally ripped off our Karen storylines. You did not hear it anywhere but on Legion of Raw, and we talked about Karen Bailey. And when I heard Becky Lynch say that, I'm like, oh, it's
they said it like 18 times. But bro, here's the question of the week. Chris, help me with this. You're in Ohio when they were in Cincinnati, right?
They were. Yeah,
all right, help me with this.
South of me. Yep.
Help me with this, Chris. They're in Ohio.
Yep.
The Bengals have moved on to the next round of the playoffs.
Yes, indeed.
Bro, what freaking jersey is Becky wearing?
San Francisco 49ers.
Who are the Bengals playing next week?
They are playing the Bills.
Why is she wearing a 49ers jersey, bro?
She's from Bay Area, probably.
It doesn't matter. They're playing the Bills. You want to get heat? They're playing the Bills in 6 days.
I think wearing a Bills jersey would have made more sense. When I'm a football guy. When she had the jersey on, I'm like, why is she? Oh, she's from Bay Area, so she's wearing a 49ers.
You want,
but wearing a Bills jersey would have made so much more sense to get heat. Wearing a 49ers jersey didn't really get much heat. It was just okay. I'm from the Bay Area, so I'm just going to wear a 49ers. Like for instance, if that's like someone saying, like that's like someone being in Ohio State campus, right? And they wear like a Cal jersey. You know what I mean? Like University of California. Like if she comes out with a University of California jersey on, football jersey, I know for me as a college football fan, I'm like, I don't care about this. Like I don't care about you wearing a Cal jersey. That doesn't get any heat. So to your point, that makes sense. But if she had a Michigan jersey on, or if she had a Georgia jersey before the championship game, that would have got more heat.
Yeah.
So
but bro, I swear to God, I want to challenge people in here, and I want to challenge you, Chris. I swear to God, guys, run this exercise. Really, run this exercise. So, bro, we get into this promo. Mm-hmm. It's all about Karen. Thank you very much.
Yep.
But then, bro, we start getting into, so Bailey's heat with Becky goes all the way back to 2015, which was now 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So now they're talking about years ago. Bro, I swear to God, guys, if you looked at every program on this show and I asked you, why is there heat between these people? Bro, I'm telling you, Chris, you wouldn't be able to say why. You would not. Why is there heat between the Usos and Judgment Day? Why is there heat between every single storyline? You could ask that question and there's no answer, bro.
Yeah, there's not, because there's no storylines. I mean, that's right. Yeah. We got a bunch of super chats, man. So thank y'all. Nasir, and I'm 20 LOL, and y'all can
Naz. He likes Naz. Okay, Naz, you got it, pal. Sorry, Naz.
Or is it Nas, like the rapper?
No, it's probably Nas.
Is it Nas or Naz? You let us know. Awesome Sauce, $5 super chat. Could Squeaky Cedric, if booked right, be the next Screaming Norman?
Hey, let me tell you something, awesome. Bro, that would be a lot better than what he's doing now. No, Chris? Wouldn't it be?
I was a Norman Smiley fan, man. I was a big fan.
That was the Smiley, best. Man. Norman was the
he would do this big scoop slam, and I loved Norman Smiley's music. I love. He would have. I never understood this, but he had the most just generic, just like old school, no knee pads. He had the boots, and he had tights that had magic on the back. I never understood that. I'm like, what is your gimmick? You come out, you do the big wiggle, and you have chunks that says magic on the top of it, on the bottom of it. On the back of it. I never understood that, but I popped every time he would come out with magic. I never get it. Never.
JM from NYC just explained to us, because Judgment Day runs Raw and the Bloodline runs SmackDown, and it's Gang Warfare 1997. All right, now I understand.
There we go. That's it.
Thank you for that explanation.
Hannibal's $10 super chat, bro. Why are we getting half face turns? First Rollins, now Alpha Academy. They don't know how to get anyone over in this over roster. A turn is supposed to help the characters. That's a good point. Yeah.
Great point. You guys, bro, listen. You guys know, man. I mean, you guys, listen, man. You've been watching this long enough to know. I mean, Hannibal, you are 1,000% dead on.
Absolutely. Man, I have to show these daggone tights from Norman Smiley, man. This guy was just hilarious, man. I'll pull him up. We'll get to another super chat here, and next we have we got a couple more. I know I'm missing some. But all right, if I missed your super chat, let me know so I can. There was like 3 or 4 of them that we were talking about. Squeaky Cedric, Hannibal. I think that's it for now. Yeah, that's cool. Next segment we have was it Dolph Ziggler cutting the backstage? Oh man, the Mustafa Ali, mad that Ziggler took his United States Championship spot, mad that he wouldn't tag with him. He ignores him, and all of a sudden that leads to him clobbering him. So what are we doing here? Is this an Ali heel turn again, leading into a program with Ziggler?
We talked about that last week. That's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what we said last week. We also did say last week, bro, that Mia Yim, that Damage Control. Yeah, there. Oh my God, bro, that's obscene. that is obscene, bro.
The big wiggle, man.
Yeah. We also said last week that Damage Control jumped jumped Mia Yim, so there could be a match this week.
Yes, indeed, we did say that.
We said, bro, we oh,
man. Omos and Elias, man. Here's what I wanted to tell you, man. What exactly are we doing with Elias at this point, man?
What exactly are we doing with Omos? Bro,
I
we
mean,
have to see
that's been the
this dude.
same for him. He just comes out, just
Oh
does his
my
spot.
God.
Yeah. Looks like there's going to be a Hurt Business 2.0 with him involved now, though.
Yeah. Bro, Elias again, bro, a guy that you can tell is very cool in real life.
Yes, indeed.
You could tell, and man, they just don't know how to utilize that, bro. They just don't know how to utilize it.
Why do you think that's the case, man? Why do
I
you
don't
think?
know. Chris, can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I swear to God, I hate to bring this up again, but it's very important that I do and you guys understand. I told you I was working with Rocky Mountain Pro again.
Mhm.
Chris, I haven't worked with them in 4 years. It's an indie group, so 4 years later, they have a completely different roster.
Yep.
So, Chris, I looked at about like maybe 8 weeks of TV.
Mhm.
Chris, just by looking at somebody, just by looking at them, I get a feeling for who they are.
Yep.
And this guy would do this, and this guy, just by the physical appearance alone, the way they walk to the ring, the way they carry themselves, it gives me an idea immediately.
Mhm.
Elias is a cool guy.
Yes,
Elias
sir.
has been a cool guy from day one.
Yep.
They have never one single time tapped into Elias being a cool guy. Could it be that people writing for him are not cool?
Hmm.
I don't know, but he's another guy that should not be too difficult to get over.
Yeah, it just seems like he's falling victim of the writers not wanting to um, give him credit for really building his character, and he wants to. It just seems like the whoever's in charge, they don't want him to really build his own brand. And you can tell within just about everybody in WWE, they're at the helm or they're at the beck and call of whatever people write for them. And for those who nowadays, which is weird to me, for those who actually stand up and want to say something, it doesn't mean anything. For those who actually have ideas to make it easier for the writers, it still doesn't mean anything because that can give you the opportunity to put to kind of make yourself over and build your own brand. And the WWE is not about that anymore, man, which is sad. So
Yeah.
next we have Adam Pearce cutting a backstage interview, interrupted by Akira Tozawa. So this was a segment, Vince. Like if this was discussed as being a segment by anyone, I know it was just you and Ed for a lot of the time that you were there. Say if you came back in 2002 or 3 and you were among 5 writers and one of them said, okay, I think what we're going to do in segment 8 is that we're going to do just a short, Akira Tozawa comes out during Adam Pearce's interview and then we're cut to commercial.
Do you
What
know?
would be your response to that?
I tell you exactly what I would say. I swear to God, this is exactly what I would say. And who's going to watch that?
Hmm.
That's exactly what I would say. Who's going to watch that?
That would
Somebody's
be
going to watch that with the playoffs on the other channel. Somebody's going to watch that. That's exactly what I would say. Who's going to watch
that's
that?
a fair question, man. I mean, that's a fair question. No one is going to watch that segment.
No one.
Judgment Day defeating Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy is getting the pops here. Is this one off, or is they're going to try to mold them or transition them to be a babyface team again?
I would think that's the direction they're going in.
Really?
I would think.
Even with the shoosh, maybe baby face it up with the shoosh. I don't know why are they making the baby faces though. Do they have too many?
Bro, for starters, bro. Again, we talk about miscasting all the time. Otis should have never been a freaking heel.
Yeah,
ever. Bro, do you know how much merch that guy would have sold to kids?
Yeah. I mean,
millions of dollars.
Yeah,
millions of
over,
dollars,
man.
bro.
Yeah, he was super over. They gave him the Money in Bank briefcase and everything. I'm like, I thought that was odd, but clearly Vince saw something in him enough, as a character to give him potential future world championship spot.
Yeah, and you know what? And then the internet probably crapped on it, so that was the end of that.
Yeah, and he lost it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next we have a MLK package. I wanted to ask you about that. Now, it's often said that Vince's like idol, the person he looked at was MLK. Did you ever hear or know about the influence that MLK had over Vince McMahon?
Not really, bro. I know that's true. I know what you're saying is true, but I never really learned why. I never really had that conversation.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting to know that. That was one of his biggest inspirations. I mean, definitely trailblazers, you know what I mean? But
well, bro, I would also have to think this may sound crazy to people, but I would also have to think this about it. Bro, Martin Luther King cut a great promo.
Yeah,
And he literally was a showman and a performer and an evangelist. I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. I would not be surprised if that's what really appealed to Vince. Bro, when Martin Luther King opened up his mouth, everybody listened.
Yeah.
You saw a taste of that in the package. That might have been the appeal.
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Good point there. Mi Chen defeating Io Sky. It seems like this was so clear that they're trying to throw a tag team to be in contention for these just pointless tag team championships right now.
Pointless, man. Yeah. And I got to tell you, they are sticking to their guns with Ione Sky and the other one, whoever,
Dakota Kai.
They're sticking to their guns. Those women have not been over one iota from day one.
No.
From day one. And I don't know how you think just putting them out there is going to get them over, because it's not. But
so, good segue. So with Vince McMahon reportedly, we'll probably talk about this more in depth throughout the week, but with Vince McMahon, reports of him being back in the office and influencing potentially Triple H creatively, do you think that he'll make some decisions as far as seeing someone like a Io Sky and Dakota Kai and saying, we got to take the titles off of them?
Chris, I got to tell you, nobody's talking about this, and I don't know why, bro. Sometimes I don't understand the wrestling media at all when there are glaring things that are so important and they're just totally going ignored.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, back at the end of December, early January, there were a series of emails going back and forth between Vince and the board.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince was making it clear to the board he wanted to come back. I'm not going to approve any sale, any licensing. I'm not going to approve anything unless I'm sitting back in the saddle.
Yep.
There is an email, and I've got it. I've read the email several times. I've read it on several of my shows. The board during that time sent out an email saying, Vince, listen, we'll work together. We'll work with your lawyers and bankers. We'll all get on the same page as far as the rights fees and whatnot. However, the board unanimously, that's the word, Chris, unanimously feels that since you're being investigated by SEC and the attorney's office, the board unanimously does not think it's a good idea for you to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, unanimously means Triple H and Stephanie and Nick Khan voted against Vince McMahon returning. That's what unanimously means.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, there's one of two things here. Either Triple H and Stephanie were really playing a power play, which I find hard to believe because they had to know the cards Vince was holding.
Yeah.
So either it was a power play or either they were playing for the other team while they were on the board. They were still in Vince's camp. But now what you have after that is Stephanie McMahon saying, not I'm taking a leave of absence, I'm resigning. I'm not going home for 6 months. I'm done.
Yeah.
When I look at that, bro, I am almost certain there is Stephanie Triple H heat with Vince McMahon. If that is the case, you are going to see him undo everything
Again.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're going to see it, bro.
Yeah.
If there is heat here, that's what you're going to start see happening again.
And like I said before, the timing is just not coincidental to me, man. Just from the allegations kind of surfacing, Stephanie retires. Stephanie leaves, takes a leave of absence. She didn't retire. She took a leave of absence. Then Vince allegations get thicker. Vince steps down. Stephanie comes back, as CEO and co-chair. Then you have Vince coming back, taking his daughter's
taking his daughter's spot. Yes, that's exactly. Listen, we talked about this last week. You guys in Sportskeeda Nation, think about that if you have a daughter.
Yeah.
Think about that if you you're out, I'm back. Who does that, bro?
I'm 77. I've been doing this thing for 45 years, 40 plus years, for at least 40 years. And my daughter, who's not even 50 yet, makes sense for her to take over and to carry the McMahon name. So instead, I'm going to come back. My daughter's going to resign, and I could possibly this year rid the McMahon name from WWE. I'm willing to get that much power and say, if it's going down, it's going down on my terms.
Blaze of glory. Blaze of glory. He's going down to blaze of glory, bro.
Man.
Yes.
Man. Yep. I mean, just think about that for a second. Yep. I'm willing to take this away, to kill the legacy of the WWE, take it away from my daughter and sell it and rid it from the McMahon legacy. I just doesn't make any sense. That's like me, like we talked about last week. That's like me having my own practice, it being super successful, me giving it to my daughter who basically was inspired by me. She went to
school for it. Worked in the company for the last 20 years.
Yep. Became a psychology doctor. I basically pass on the business to her, and I'm in my 70s, waiting to just coast it out and enjoy the fruits of my labor. Be so happy that my daughter's passing, just having the mantle now, continuing the legacy. And I get to the point of like, okay, now the coast is clear. I was in some stuff. Now people know about it. And I'm willing to just go back and say, hey, Mario, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it away. And not only am I going to take it away, I'm going to sell it to another buyer.
So you don't get it. so you don't get it. Yeah, so you don't get it.
Wow, man.
Bro, I'm telling
you. That is some shady
ruthless.
Right
it's ruthless. Absolutely heartless and ruthless.
It is. Yikes. Sean Jackson, $5 super chat, bro. I guess Bailey was reminding Cincy of their 2 Super Bowl losses to the 49ers. She should have included that in her promo.
I would disagree. I would be certain that Bailey doesn't even know that the 49ers beat Cincy in the Super Bowl twice. She's a current 49er fan.
Yeah,
that's why she's. I guarantee she doesn't even know that history.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense if she did know that and include it in the promo. That would at least make some sense, as far as a bridge there. But she's from the Bay Area. It makes sense she's a 49ers fan. Like I said before, as a college football fan, I'm a big Ohio State fan. If Bailey comes out with the University of California jersey during a Raw, I would not care. That's not heat to me at
No,
all
no,
whatsoever.
no.
Next, we have a recap of Alexa. The Dakota Kai attacking Mi Chan. Candice LeRae makes a save. We said that's going to lead to a tag match.
Oh,
Recap of Alexa Bliss segment last week, which leads to Bianca Belair cutting in ring promo. This leads to Alexa Bliss, a 2-fight in the crowd. Then we get Bianca dominating, and then all of a sudden, Uncle Howie. She's about to get her in the move, and then all of a sudden, through the corridors, we see a silhouette, and we see Uncle Howie comes out. That distracts Bianca Belair, which leads to a DDT. So the reaction that Bianca received was very lackluster. I don't know
they
if
were
it's
chanting, "Do it again." Did you hear that?
they said one more time. Yeah.
One more time, yeah.
And I was like, man, like, what is it about Bianca that people aren't getting like people are starting to kind of fade from,
Because, bro,
or is it because she's in Ohio, like, Alexa's an Ohioan too? I don't know if that has any factor in it.
bro, you got to be very, very careful because look at what you're doing here, okay? I don't watch SmackDown, but I don't think of Bray Wyatt as a babyface or a heel. He's Bray Wyatt, okay? Bro, people love Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I mean, they universally, they love Bray Wyatt. Okay, bro, you're now connecting Alexa Bliss to a storyline that Bray Wyatt is a part of.
Yeah.
So if Bray Wyatt is beloved and, a fan favorite, and now you're tying Alexa to that story,
Yeah.
there's going to be some of that Bray rub, which you shouldn't do if you want to keep the champion strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really what's going on.
Yeah. They're not really doing a good job making her look above the rest. I mean, like they're doing a good job with Reigns. Like Reigns looks above the rest. He's coming in, he's looking just kind of rarefied air, cut above the rest. Bianca Belair looks like everybody else. Like, I mean, as far as just how they're booking her, they're not booking her a cut above the rest.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with people's perception towards you, for one. And then for two, a lot of people like Alexa Bliss as far as like her attraction is concerned, especially when she has that dark character. A lot of people are saying she's hot, so we're gonna, because she's hot, we're gonna, we like her. And like you said, thirdly, the Bray Wyatt factor too. When there's that association, people, tend to veer for anything associated with Bray. So I think you got some good.
Well, you got Joseph Gonzalez again here, bro. He's hitting the nail on the head. Bianca has had absolutely no character development and has been on autopilot since. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You've got, Chris, how many times have we said it? We're broken records. You got to make the audience care about these people.
Absolutely.
They're not going to care about them just because they go and wrestle every week.
Yep.
That you're not going to care about someone that way, bro.
I think the autopilot is spot on. I mean, I like what it is. What is it about? I like Bianca a lot, but what is it about Bianca lately that has caused me intrigue to make me want to cheer her? You know what I mean? Like you can't keep going based on, last year's steam as if it's going to be the same this year. No,
Right,
that's the thing. Momentum is momentum for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens in the moment. And that problem is they're not really giving her momentum for people to continue to like her. I think the autopilot is spot on. And when people are autopilot, they start to get boring because there's nothing intriguing anymore. So, I mean, I think she's a fantastic character. She's everything that you want in a female, although a lot of people are not the biggest fans of her promos. What do you think about that, Vince?
I just think the promos are like just so stereotypical, bro, and I hate it. I hate it because I'm seeing a character and the real her is not coming through.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Steve Austin was a character, but you knew there was a little Steve Austin in there. You know, you knew there was a little Rock in there. I'm seeing this facade and this show, but I'm not seeing who's really in there. And that's where the connect comes, Chris.
Yeah, I don't see elite track star
No,
in any of Bianca Belair's gimmicks. You know, that's true. Yeah, I will say that.
I'm not seeing any of that, bro.
Indeed. Next, so we have Bronson Reed defeating Akira Tozawa. It's a way to get Bronson Reed over as a mega heel, man. Where do we go from here with Bronson Reed? He came in with the Miz spot, and that just, I mean, within a week, that just faded away like yesterday's news.
I guess you're just gonna maybe give him Tozawa next week. Tozawa's gonna want another shot to get in the Rumble.
Sure, but I mean, where do we go with Bronson though?
And again, bro, like you said, why not vignettes? Who is this guy? Tell me, give me a little backstory. Why?
We should know about, and I say this a lot, man. I like Bronson Reed. He has a different look. He's really quick on his feet. He reminds me of a modern day Bam Bam Bigelow. I say this all the time, just with his, big but very agile and nimble as a big man. I think they can really, shoot the rockets. They can really strap the rockets on this guy, but you have to. It's perception is everything when it comes to the wrestling business. You got to make him look big before we even see him, and he looks like everybody else now. I mean, like within a few weeks of coming, he looks like just another segment, Vince.
Yeah.
He's just another segment, and that's the problem. When you're just another segment, you don't look big, and that's the issue with Raw, man. And by this time, people are already dragging. It's like we're past 2 hours, and people are just like, "Oh man!"
And bro, you know what they're doing too? Like, they keep getting to levels of laziness. Like they're running out of room where to go, because now the latest level is, bro, the last couple of weeks. Bro, that main event's like 40 minutes.
It is, man.
Like that. I mean, literally. So when you think about it, bro, that first segment is usually 30 minutes. The last segment is usually 40 minutes. I mean, right there, bro, is 70 minutes of your show. They just keep dragging this, bro. Like,
yes, indeed. We end with the Seth Rollins cutting a backstage interview. Then we go into Bobby Lashley winning the 6-pack challenge. We had MVP and Omos come out. Oh my! Lashley's like, "What are you doing?" They're distracting them / helping him. Theory gets tossed aside. Seth Rollins tries to get attacked. And this all leads to Theory hitting Lashley, but then they distracting Rollins, and Lashley spearing Rollins and winning. Vince. Vince. Matter of fact, let me do something really quick. Please let me know what the heck is going on.
Time out, Joey! Time out, Joey!
Bro, you know what we need? Bro, you know what Stevie Richards is on the brand with me. You know what Stevie figured out how to do, bro?
What's that?
He figured out how to use the telestrator. So he's using the telestrator on all his old matches. We need the telestrator with these angles.
Really?
We need him with these angles to see if we can figure out what was the goal here? What were you trying to accomplish? I don't know.
It was just
I don't know.
Huge cluster mess, man. Like there were some people in the back writing this segment and like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and place Omos here. He comes out about this much in. Then we have Seth and we have babyface Seth, heel Theory, both trying to attack Omos, and then Omos attacks both of them. But Lashley doesn't want it to happen, but then he gets interrupted and then he wins the match. If this is all leading to Hurt Business 2.0, they're doing a terrible job.
And not only that, bro, here's the question I have, man, because I always say, bro, like, as getting a talent over. You've got to protect your talent.
Absolutely.
Just as important. How the heck was Seth Rollins protected here?
He wasn't. No, he wasn't.
That I don't get,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You've got to get over, but protect your top talent. Would Austin have ever lost a match like that?
Nope, not at all.
I don't get that, bro.
Yeah, that's a good question. How would you have protected? So with Lashley winning the match, which I'm not opposed to, how do you protect Seth Rollins better in this 6-pack challenge that we saw?
Bro, if it were me, bro, I would have done something controversial like the double pin.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The ref counts the 1, 2, 3. We're not sure who won the match, and almost use that as a cliffhanger going into next week. But I mean, I would have done something like that, or at least, bro, Seth gets the shoulder up at the last second. The ref misses it because he's out of position. Something like that.
Gotcha.
Something like that protects Seth Rollins, and then he can go out and be the baby face and say, none of us are right 100% of the time. The ref blew it. But Lashley, we're going to cross paths again. That's all you have to do.
Gotcha.
That would have been so easy to do.
Yeah. So I guess my other question is, what are they doing with Seth Rollins right now to protect him? Like, where is he? What's next for Seth Rollins, man? So WrestleMania, what do you see Seth Rollins at?
I don't know, bro. They can't go back to the Cody Rollins because they've made Rollins a babyface now.
Yeah.
So you can't go back to that well. I guess Theory's now going to be in the feud with Lashley, right?
Probably just temporary.
But still temporary. What do you do with Seth in that meantime?
He'll probably do He'll probably do Royal Rumble. I mean, he'll be in the Royal Rumble.
Right.
And then there's, like Rollins, Logan Paul type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, do we do like some type of one-off, featured attraction type of deal? Because, you want Logan Paul to go against somebody who has, good in-ring work.
But he's a babyface.
Logan Paul, he won't be a babyface again. He'll come back as a heel.
You think?
Oh yeah. They were struggling to keep him as a babyface against Reigns. I mean, like, he was getting booed every single week. And Reigns, like, he had heat, man, but people just don't like Logan Paul. Yeah. And so it's easy. People were talking about him and Cena.
Rollins?
Logan Paul and Cena.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be opposed to that.
God, bro,
but the problem is that you don't want Cena to get a win because he's leaving, and then Paul, getting a win wouldn't make sense against Cena because he won't be there for a while. So going against someone current would make sense.
It's just reaching because nobody's over, so they're going outside to.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. You had don't miss the last stick.
Yeah, I definitely got Rollin with the 999 super chat, bro. I was wondering if Vince Russo could quickly give us a rough draft of how he would write the most dramatic scenario for Rey and Dominic's confrontation in an upcoming actual 30-man Royal Rumble match.
Is there going to be a confrontation between the two?
Most likely, which will lead to probably WrestleMania.
God, bro, Rollin, I'll be honest with you, I'd really have to think about it, man, to come up with that off the top of my head. I don't know. I mean, because the thing with me, bro, is I could easily, sit here and state the obvious, but I don't like doing that. I don't like giving you the obvious. So I would really have to come up with something creative and different you weren't expecting.
Would you do a stare down between Rey and Dominic at the Royal Rumble? Inside the match.
Is Ray's on SmackDown, right?
Yep.
What do they have him doing on SmackDown?
He's feuding with Karrion Kross.
God, they didn't even go anywhere with him and Dominic. It was over as quickly as it started.
But the crazy part is Karrion Kross has been showing like a tarot card with Ray's picture on it, and he finally had a moment where he, confronted Ray, and then he choked him out. But they still are interweaving Dominic and Rhea going to the
The house
Mysterios
and
during
getting
the
arrested.
holidays, So like they're still trying to keep it alive in some way, but Ray's on a feud on SmackDown right now.
So
Just
what?
making him look like he's making him look less
So
than
what is Cross's heat with Ray?
none. He did the TikTok gimmick, and then he cut a promo, and all of a sudden you just see Rey Mysterio's face on the tarot card.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it. It was just that's how, and somehow you're developing this for what? It's just making Rey Mysterio look weaker. And why would you make him look weaker if you're trying to build him up for this comeuppance to get some steam on his son? You know what I mean? Unless you do one of those like Rey Mysterio lose the Karrion Kross. He's feeling like he can't do it anymore. And then all of a sudden, like his, Dom comes in from Raw, he keeps beating him up. Then he finally gets some type of, okay, son, you asked for it. And then Dom says, okay, I want you at WrestleMania, but I want your career on the line type of deal. So I think if Dom beats Ray with this career on the line and you send him off that way, that would give Dom a little bit of steam for WrestleMania. So
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like that's something, man. That's something, because right now Rey Mysterio is just a body. Like
Another name on the roster. Who's not another name on the roster, bro? Really? Like,
I mean, other than Reigns, everybody else just feels like the same, man. So
what did they do with him on SmackDown? He just cuts promos, Reigns, pretty much.
For the most part, and he doesn't come every
stable.
week either. Yeah, he cuts the promo. Right now they're doing more stuff with him and Owens, but Owens is more like feuding with like Zayn and the Bloodline to get to Reigns, so he does have like a head of the table feel. A lot of times he's backstage in the locker room, in his own personal locker room with Heyman, and they'll have promos that way. I mean, he feels bigger. He feels like some type of mafia boss type of deal. But at the same time, like they aren't really doing a really good job making anybody else feel as big as he is. So the matches are predictable. So, yeah. All right, let the listeners know about Channel Attitude.
Yeah, guys, check it out, man. I do a ton of shows with a ton of different people, man. Just go to russosbrand.com or channelattitude.com. Either way, go to one of those twos and sign up. You'll get a lot of entertainment from a lot of great people.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, you see that below his name, at the Vince Russo. You see at Chris Prolific. Ladies and gentlemen, you see right there is the Legion of Raw. And so you let's what do you want to do karaoke next couple minutes, man? What do you how do you want to do? What's on you?
God, somebody requested something before based on what I said. I can't remember what they said.
What song do you want to hear? Just a really quick 1 minute send off. Come on, SK Nation. What do y'all want to hear? What do y'all want to hear, man? What do y'all want to hear? Give us something old school that's that we can sing on our way out of the show tonight. So
maybe they don't want us to sing. That's why
there's always a delay. My way.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
I gotta get the lyrics.
Oh, Blue Eyes.
Even though I should know them.
All right. I like it. Let's do it. Oh, Blue Eyes. Let's do My Way.
You got the lyrics?
I do.
Why did mine just come up in Spanish? Nah, I don't want the Spanish.
Check your private chat. I'm gonna send it all to you right here. Hold on. Here we go.
Hold on.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, you got it?
Yep.
My private chat. All right, hold on. Let me get it. Oh, okay. Give me the lyrics. Okay, you ready, Chris?
I'm sure you don't know. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see.
In a one.
Hold on, I got to give you all of them. You didn't get all of them,
bro. I could. Well, I said I don't want to get us in trouble with copyright because I was.
Yeah, we'll get.
I could have given us background music. All right, you ready, Chris? And a one, and a two. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled in every highway and more. Much more than this. I did my way. Very nice.
Wow. Black Scorpion.
Very nice.
With a run-in singing my way.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Vince Russo, Dr. Chris, Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody.